Hey, what's up, gang? So today we got a little bit of a project. We're installing a brake controller on the 2015 Nissan Armada. Now, this is a pretty easy job. I bought this Curt adapter 51382, and the controller. I already have the 7-pin connector on there for my trailer. Trailer comes with brakes. That's the one it's going on. And there is a connector that's in the dash right around here. So what we'll be doing is we'll be removing that, and we'll be installing the brake controller. The goal is to put it right in this slot, which it doesn't really have any use. So let's get to it. Hey guys, while I'm unboxing, I did want to mention a couple things. The harness that I used was the Curt 51382. It's specifically for Nissan and Infiniti. And the trailer brake controller was a Curt 51116. I had it in a previous vehicle. I really liked it, so I just decided I'd buy it again. Just like I mentioned, this is on a Nissan Armada 2015. I would say it would also work on Titans as well, and probably the most years of the first generation. I would just check behind the center console. I did have to do a couple of modifications. If you're comfortable with doing it, I had to drill a hole to run the wire harness through, and I did have to Dremel a little bit since the nuts were not clearing. You'll see that later on in the video. Okay, making sure the steering wheel's all the way in the up position, and there are only 2 screws that you need to remove to get this part out. You got one right here on the bottom left side and one on the bottom right side that you will be removing. Alright, just give it a little tug on each side. She is out. I'm just gonna leave this here. It doesn't really bother me. So what we're looking for is this connector right here. It says electric brake controller. Now I'm not exactly sure what models and what years the cars come with, but I would assume that the majority of them have it. But it's pretty easy to find out anyway. Just pop this out and try to get this out. So let's get that. Oh. Just need to put it in drive. You don't need to turn the car on. There you go. Okay. Ignore the beeping. Need to get these disconnected. Okay, the longer one is for the right side. And here's where our controller will be going. Let's get that done. So I was able to fish the connector from here, right behind this metal. It was a little bit of a struggle. If you have, my hands are medium, I guess, but kind of struggled to get in there, but I didn't want to remove everything, so now we got it back here. So let me get to this part. Right, so what I'm having to do here is I'm going to hold this in place. I'm going to drill a hole at an angle, and it's just a small little pilot hole just to mark it. So what I ended up doing is I went to the parts store, got a little Allen bolts and nylon lock nuts. I don't really want to use the screws that come with it. This is what it looks like. Drilled the holes. Now we just gotta fit the little bolts in. kind of a weird angle. Now I do want to take a moment and mention the importance of having trailer brakes. It does definitely raise your safety in terms of you being able to stop faster. It improves the stability of your vehicle in case you start swaying. If you apply your brakes manually, it helps that stop. It reduces wear on your vehicle whenever you're braking. You know, you're putting all that weight on just the brakes of your car, so you're distributing it in more wheels. It's better on hills when you're going downhill or whatever. It's a lot better stopping. It's just safer for everybody else to have them, so I do recommend doing this. Now for my next step, I'm gonna be removing these cables off of the connector so I can fish it. I'm gonna drill a little hole through here. I got it. So I pulled this out. Let's remember where all the colors go though. So this is the top. You got red, blue, white, and black. So I ended up using a utility knife that worked pretty good for me. You just gotta be really careful because these are very small parts and you go south real quick. So that's out. These are free. Now you guys don't need to, but I have this wire loom that I've had for a separate project. So ended up using the size 1/2 inch. I'm just kind of cleaning this up a little bit. Oh, there you go. Okay. So we got this through. I'm gonna go ahead and mount it. So I just want you guys to know that I got it installed. That's what it's gonna look like. The bolts that I put in, they were Allen, and the head stuck out too much to where I was struggling to mount this controller. So I had to trim it down. I just want you guys to know that that happened. That was my mistake. I hadn't noticed. And but I got it figured out. This is what you're gonna end up with. I need to get this connected. I did take a picture of it. That way I remember which one goes where. So I'm gonna get this connected, okay? Now it's time to put everything back together. So this connector go here. Wherever the bolts go is hitting, so we will be having to trim a small bit in there. I ended up having to trim with just a little bit in here and here. I don't know if you guys can see, just so these nuts won't hit. And I also trimmed the tip off the bolt. So now it should, keyword, slide right in. Might still be hitting. I'm gonna have to trim it a little bit more. And there you have it, guys. That's what it looks like. It's already reading it too. I'm just gonna test it, put this back together, then I'm gonna hook the trailer up, just make sure it's working as it should. I'll let you guys know if it's working or not. Yes, sir. Working as it should.